In this lesson, we're going to remind ourselves of some properties of exponents. So this page is a reminder of things we've seen earlier this year, as well as some of the properties that you saw back in Algebra 2 and maybe even Algebra 1. Our essential question today is looking at simplifying and evaluating exponential expressions as well as logarithmic expressions. First of all, simplifying powers. What you want to do is take a look at each question and determine the best way to simplify it. Sometimes what you want to do is cancel those negative exponents first, but in this case we have y to the negative fifth over y to the negative fifth. Anything divided by itself cancels, so flipping those negative exponents would be a waste of time in this case. Coefficients, we simplify like numbers. A lot of students want to start treating coefficients like exponents once they're combined with power rules. 6/9 as a fraction, they're both divisible by 3, would give us 2/3. And then our x's. If you think about multiplying that x squared out as x times x, one of the x's would cancel, leaving you with an x in the denominator. So our simplified expression is 2 over 3x. The next one on this page, using order of operations, we need to square everything inside the parentheses in the numerator and the denominator before we multiply by that 5 in the numerator. So we do not square the 5, it's outside the parentheses. X squared squared gives us x to the fourth. We multiply those powers together, times y squared. Over in the denominator, I'm going to leave it as 5 squared so we can use our power rule again. And x squared squared gives us x to the fourth. So again, we have x to the fourth over x to the fourth. Those will cancel. 5 over 5 squared would leave me a 5 in the denominator. You subtract the exponents and you put your answer wherever there are more to begin with, where the higher exponent was. And then we have y squared, and there's nothing to cancel that with, so that stays in the numerator. So if you would like a more legible version of our answer, we have y squared over 5. Now we're going to simplify expressions with a numeric base instead of a variable base. So using our exponential rules again, this time we're going to take what's inside the parentheses and cube it before we multiply by that negative on the outside. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, times negative 3 is negative 27, and the opposite of negative 27 is 27. For part D, I'm going to flip that 2 to the numerator, so we have 16 times 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8, and 16 times 8 gives us 128. Finally, part E, that 2 to the negative fourth, I'm going to flip to the denominator so I can make the exponent positive. One of the 2's in the numerator will cancel with one of the 2's in the denominator, leaving me with 1 over 2 cubed, and 2 cubed gives me 8.